Welcome back, Learn with Chris. I am Chris. Today I'm going to continue with our phrasal verbs. We're on the letter Y, which means we're almost finished. We just have one more to do, Z or Z. Unfortunately, there's not very many verbs that begin with Y, so we only have 4 examples for today. So let's get started. Number 1, yank off. Yank is an action. It's a kind of a pulling action. Typically we yank off clothing, and it means to pull something off quite forcefully, quite strongly. So our example, George yanked off his boots as soon as he got home. So it's like taking off your boots, but with a lot of force. So to yank off is to pull off. Usually clothes. I'm not sure if we could yank off other things, but clothing is pretty common to yank off. Number 2, yearn for. When you yearn for something, you desire it, or you want it, or you long for it. So my example, as I get older, I yearn for the days when life was simpler and less technological. So that's a desire or a want that I have. I yearn for something. We often use yearn for people, and that's in, of course, romantic context. You yearn for your boyfriend or girlfriend or something like that. Number 3, yell at. When you yell at somebody, you're shouting at them, usually because you're angry. Example, Thomas yelled at the neighbor's dog because it was barking too much. So he's yelling at the dog, he's shouting at the dog, probably telling the dog to be quiet. So it's an angry verb, to yell at something. And number 4, yield to. When you yield to something, you give in, you surrender, you give up, you quit. And we yield to people, or we could yield to things. Example, Harry and Kevin were arguing for a long time, but Kevin eventually yielded to Harry's superior argument. So they were arguing or fighting, and eventually Kevin understood that Harry's argument was better, therefore he yielded. He said, okay, I believe you, or you've got the better argument, I'm going to stop arguing. So he quit, or he gave up. So that's to yield to something. So that's it, only 4 examples. So yank off, to pull off clothing usually. Yearn for, to want something or desire something. Yell at, to shout at something. And yield to means to give up, surrender, or submit to something. So that's it for this video. It's a very fast one. So thank you for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And so just one more video, phrasal verbs Z or Z, and then we'll move on to other things. Have a good night.